All right, welcome to the podcast that has no name.
Chatty Cathy's.
Yeah, perhaps Chatty Cathy's. The podcast started at the beginning of the movie, so if you haven't started the movie, you're going to have to back it up and listen to my spiel all over again, so joke's on you. I have with me Lily, Caroline, Reannah. Between them, they're a double threat.
Excuse you? You jerk. Why'd you invite me on here then?
Because it's fun.
She's got really tight pants.
I think my headphones are still muted. I remember there being sound
Maybe
in
it's
this movie.
the
Maybe. I mean,
well, if you turn off the headset, it might
if I
have not been paired with the thing because it needs to be
I didn't
repaired.
turn it off though, because we.
I don't know what the problem is.
I'll figure it out. You
Just
watch
suck it,
the
Caroline.
movie.
I'll be giving the only commentary.
Oh, I think I did mute it.
Good job. We are just being Statler and Waldorf. Can you hear yet?
No, I'm fixing it. You look like the space pig.
I hate you so. Oh, see, that one's a nightmare puppet. That's one that scared me. I hate the big Muppets. They're huge, and they look like they eat people. And the homeless one.
It's just the homeless one, Crazy Harry.
Yeah, she blew things up. I didn't like
So
him.
if I turn these off and turn them back on again.
Please don't worry about it.
Okay.
You
We'll
get
just
the
watch
sound.
it on mute.
I'm the only one who gets sound.
I mean, we are.
So I'm the only one with sound this whole movie, huh?
So this
I'm honored.
Yee. I like that.
She scared me too.
for you idiots out there, this is not a real movie theater. This is a set built 6 feet off the ground. They're not like being crushed under the floor. Don't worry.
You know, I never really thought about that. I was like, yeah, they're puppets. They just move. He also scared me.
No, they're all standing under there. They're fine.
I never thought about that. Am I just stupid? I think this might be the issue here.
Being a puppeteer could be fairly uncomfortable.
If you're 6'5", you just got a hunch. I bet they have bad posture.
I mean, you'll see in a lot of these people scenes, they have to get kind of uncomfortable. But here, it's just all Muppets, so they're fine.
Look at the bird.
Also scary, he has the eyes of a murderer.
Did not
He's got the
realize
Cookie
he was-
Monster eyes.
Cookie Monster has the eyes of a murderer. He would kill someone for a chocolate chip.
Since
I
when
don't
do
think
you
he
have a
would.
problem with the Cookie Monster?
I don't. He just had weird eyes.
I do not remember this part at all.
Me either. It has been like 5 years since I've watched this.
I watched this like 3 weeks ago.
You should watch things at like 3 a.m. when you're falling asleep.
It's the best way to watch anything. Wait, now I remember. Never mind. It snapped. Clicked in.
Is that the one that ate people? That one back there?
No,
Or was that one
Harlan?
blue?
that's just
There was one that ate someone and it was talking like up in his throat and they were singing some weird love song. It was horrible.
yeah. You're talking about the Vincent Price episode.
Yeah.
The I've got you under my skin.
Yeah, that one
sketch.
made me very uncomfortable.
I love it.
Of course you do.
I think it's funny. So you just saw Jim Henson's title up there. Jim Henson, for the listeners, is of course, the creator of the Muppets and Kermit himself. But he intended to direct the movie himself. But the producer, Sir Lou Grade and Frank Oz, convinced him otherwise. They pointed out that puppeteering and developing ways of allowing the Muppets to be in the real world would consume too much of his time. Ironically, though, all the feature Muppet films would be directed by other Muppet personnel like Jim Henson, Frank Oz, or Brian Henson.
Then he'd really want to take cocaine in the office.
Yeah, the director of this movie was very serious. He had a stressful time. He didn't know how to deal with puppets.
James Frawley, right guy for directing a Muppet movie.
Yeah, you know, James Frawley, famous for television.
Everybody knows him.
Yeah, he I mean, I think the movie making process just stressed him out in general because he has like one other movie. He's
one?
mostly like a TV guy. I have no idea. I don't care.
No one else
Who knows
either.
James Frawley?
Household name. Everybody should know him.
I started swaying to the song, and then I realized I'm the only one who can hear it.
It's okay. I can sing it in my head.
Sing it out loud.
No way.
It'll make for good audio. Caroline, think of the listeners.
This was filmed on the water tank that used to hold the lagoon from Gilligan's Island
I love
It's-
Gilligan's Island.
on the CBS backlot. But why it's so convincing is because those are real trees shipped in from the swamps of Georgia. The tank's not there anymore, though. They've gotten rid of it.
It's a shame.
It'll probably
How
be real
much
gross.
did the average Georgian tree cost that went into this production?
I don't know that information, and especially not how much it would be at the time.
Really well researched, Jaeden. This is...
I'm sorry. Gosh, I didn't.
How'd they
I
do
didn't
the
expect
puppet
this
thing on the
question.
water?
That's a good question. It's almost like I'm about to talk about it.
Oh no! I can see it, but I've been trying not to look at it so I don't
Please,
spoil your
yeah,
notes for myself.
Please don't look at it.
That would be really funny if she just read one trivia fact ahead.
I would be like, screw you.
Off my
I'd really
podcast.
never come back on the podcast again.
I really should have sat on the other side. I can't see the timestamp as well as I thought I would.
There's a timestamp that you can see.
On the
It's on
DVD
the
thing.
DVD player.
We could shuffle
Oh.
if we're real uncomfortable, though.
Nope. Okay. No
This
one
is
should
the way
touch
it
that.
I can tell you what it's at. It's at 6:41.
You can see
I
that?
know what
Yeah.
it's at. Yes, I'm just saying I can't see it as well as I thought.
Are Kermit's eyes hand painted?
Yes, they are. They're. It's just I have ping pong balls, and they still use that. It's not like Disney started manufacturing Kermit eyes, premium Kermit eyes. No, they're still ping pong balls.
Good to know they've
Um,
kept up the tradition of having ping pong ball
Because
eyes.
we know Disney
Yeah, what a
can't
great
afford
fact,
that.
ladies and gentlemen. Jim Henson was in a big box below the water with like tubes for his arms to go out of that connected to the box. Kermit's strumming hand is not in this shot, but is usually like radio controlled. You can see it's kind of freewheeling in the other shots. The box took a long time to get in and out of, so he basically didn't. He just spent hours cramped in there, and they would send tea and sandwiches down the tubes.
Tea?
Yes, tea.
What?
Is
Jim Henson British? Tea and sandwiches?
He wanted to have lunch with the queen.
Well, I think the cast had gotten used to tea time because the Muppet Show is entirely filmed in Britain.
Huh.
And it made things really difficult for the puppeteers because Sesame Street is entirely filmed in New York in the Kaufman Studios. And so they would have to fly back and forth all the time. It was grueling.
Poor Muppeteers.
It's tough to be a puppet. Rihanna finally speaks, and that was her little addition. Thank you.
Could you name every celebrity cameo in this movie, Jaeden?
Probably. This is Dom DeLuise. He hosted an
Correct.
episode. A lot of the cameo people hosted an episode of the Muppet Show. So these are all people I've worked with before. He actually has a great episode.
I've always been baffled by fishing hook hats because I feel like they just get stuck on your head when you pull them off.
They're on the outside of
They
the
look
hat.
so dangerous. Could you imagine if someone hits you upside the head, the hooks go in?
I know, right?
I'd never do that.
Also, they look dopey.
You're-
So.
You look offended, Caroline, like you would wear a fishing hat.
Well, I may or may not have several.
You do not have any. You have zero
I'm
hats.
just gonna start lying.
These people
Just
don't know.
start
They don't
lying.
know you.
Yeah, actually, fun fact, I have 10 to 12 fishing hook hats. And I keep the hat hooks facing out, so if anybody wants to smack me upside the head,
I tried.
I'm gonna end that sentence. What were you saying?
I tried to find a fact about that alligator. I could not. There's no information on the alligator. I don't know who he is, who trained him, but it is obviously a real alligator, which is
Nah, it's Jim Henson in the alligator
kind
suit.
of uncomfortable for Jim being down in the box watching this alligator float around him.
I like to think Steve Irwin had a hand in it.
I don't know how early he was working.
Do you know how big and deep the tank was? Like,
Yeah, it was only 4 feet deep.
seriously?
So
What?
he was sort of lying down in the box. It was pretty uncomfortable.
That takes my entire perception of Gilligan's
No, but,
Island.
like,
Makes that different.
How
Yeah.
like wide?
I don't remember.
Kermit
I
sized.
don't remember.
Seems like it would be a huge.
All right. So this bike is a marionette, except for the close-up here. If you watch closely, you can see the shadow of the crane following him.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you ruined the magic.
I'm gonna do that through this whole thing. And the outtakes are actually really funny because they had such a hard time keeping the bike up, and sometimes it would just like hover above the ground. You could like float along like it's E.T. It was really funny.
Oh no, Kermit died. Movie ends.
Oh,
Roll
I didn't
credits.
realize my foot was on your pillow. My bad. I just tainted it.
I'll be honest, I don't get that joke.
Schwinn is a
I
bike.
never have. Schwinn is a bike?
Yeah, Schwinn's a bike
Okay.
brand.
Because
We had a
So in the
I
bike
assumed
hut
it was
crowd.
like a frog thing, and I was like, I don't know
You
what
thought
that
there
means.
was a breed of frog called Schwinn?
Called the Schwinn. Yeah.
Schwinn is a bike brand. It meant that you'd be broken like the bike. Da-dunch.
If you could be one Muppet. who would it
None.
be?
I would
No?
kill myself if I was a Muppet. I would string myself up on my own strings.
I would be. They don't have strings.
I thought they had.
They're not
I
marionettes.
know they're not marionettes.
The bike was a marionette.
They're
But
Muppets.
they're Muppets. They're controlled from underneath.
You think I look up Muppets as much as you have?
No, I would be Kermit. I would want to be in charge of everyone.
Well, you're
You
living
look
out
like
your dream.
Kermit.
You're
Thank
living
you.
out.
I don't know what that means, but thank you.
You're living out your dream right now. You're in charge of us, technically.
Rihanna, which Muppet
True.
would you be?
Bean Bunny.
Oh, the
Pretty
bunny
cute.
was cute. They all got brutally eaten by that one Muppet, though.
He didn't. He lives.
In your heart.
Wait, he ate all the Muppets?
Bunnies. He ate bunnies. Not Kermit. There's a giant. I'll show you later. It's awful.
I'm not interested in seeing that.
Madeline Kahn also has an episode. She sings a lot in it, which is weird because she's not really a singer primarily.
I'm only gonna know like 2 of these celebrity cameos, huh?
It's okay.
I was like, oh, lady in red dress.
So Jim Henson's philosophy was that there was no point in doing a movie if you don't do things you can't do on the TV show. So that's why they dance and drive cars and do all sorts of specialty stuff. I think it's kind of a philosophy that should be applied to sequels and live action versions of animations and stuff. You know, there's a lot of pointless versions of stories out there.
Wait, what?
Never mind. I'm like over here trying to like philosophize about film, and you're like, what? What?
I tuned out at Fozzie.
That's fair.
I need to switch my headphone ears because I can't hear out of this one that well, which isn't ideal for philosophizing.
I thought that
That's okay.
booing said boing.
Don't comment on don't comment on the subtitles. The audience might
What?
not be able
Well-
to see that.
Oh,
That's just
Turn
weird.
on the subtitles, audience.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, turn
You
on the
should-
subtitles.
I'm the only
It's
one with
important to
sound.
this podcast.
just so you can see boing.
How would you shiv Fozzie? He's a puppet.
You could still cut Fozzie.
But he would just
He's a
have
rug. You could cut right through him.
he would just have fluff
cotton
though.
inside. Yeah.
That won't kill him. He's a puppet. Are
No,
Muppets
he-
technically immortal?
Well, what would kill him?
No, he would bleed. His puppeteer would get stabbed in the
Oh,
arm.
I guess that's true. But if we're ignoring the puppeteers, we're suspending our disbelief for this moment, would he die if he got stabbed with a wine bottle? Because he's just...
I don't know.
Or would do Muppets have organs in this movie? Are they supposed
I mean,
to?
they do have surgery. There's the veterinarian's hospital sketches.
That's horrifying.
And there's Muppets from Space when they try to suck out Gonzo's brain. You know?
I haven't seen Muppets.
Oh, and Kermit
in
goes to the
Space.
hospital in Muppets Take Manhattan.
That one I remember.
When he was concussed.
He was pretty severely concussed.
So that means that they have brains, but what else?
They apparently have enough organs to stand up
I mean, they're full animals, yeah. They got legs.
with felt on the outside.
This guy's a man after Tarantino's heart.
Zooming in on the legs. Yeah. So watch closely for Frank Oz. He's a biker here.
I don't know what Frank Oz looks like.
Okay. Well, that was him with the mustache.
Oh. It's a good thing you're here, Jaeden. I wouldn't know.
Half of this is just gonna be us watching the Muppet Movie in dead silence.
That's okay. It's okay if there's silences. Love this joke.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Am I the only one who hasn't seen this movie 50 times?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
I love
that
the
took me
dwarf
too
with
long.
the eye patch. It's so funny.
that joke took me too long to get. How'd I get the Schwinn one, but I didn't get drinks on the house?
I love how they get assaulted by a crowd, and Kermit's like, "Hey, you're the guy I'm looking for."
Who gave driving lessons to Fozzie?
His uncle.
Yeah, his uncle.
Looks like he's sitting on a booster seat. I know his legs aren't long enough to reach the bottom of that car.
Maybe he's like standing on the pedals.
He's sitting.
You don't know that.
You can see he's sitting. You are just gonna lie this whole time.
Fun fact
Hey.
about the Muppet Movie: Fozzie doesn't sit at any point.
His back is against the seat.
He's leaning.
He's just like Colonel.
It's got big pedals. I mean, he said his uncle owned the car. Maybe this was like modified for bears, you know.
Bear size.
I mean, with the universe with talking bears, maybe they have cars specifically made for bears. You know, like there's a whole market there.
That is true. I need to stop questioning things. This is Muppets. That guy's just
Yeah,
like
don't
Colonel
question
Sanders.
the logic of the
Whoa!
puppet show.
Ah. I was like, you're not gonna make me watch that Muppet, right?
She's the evil Muppet.
Dark Muppet.
Muppets in the wrong timeline.
I feel like this is gonna be how I'm going to do marketing. When I get my degree, this will be my job.
I can see that.
I do well.
I think you make a really good toad.
You jerk.
Singing toad.
Do dance like Kermit.
I don't mean to.
Is that how you were on the stage when you did karaoke?
I did do a little shuffle.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
just like, ooh.
You didn't see. You weren't there.
You should have brought
I
a
felt
portly
it in
lad
my
in
soul.
a tie and a hat to dance around with you. You really should have had a backup dancer. That would have made it funny.
Talitha was there, but she wouldn't have been a backup dancer.
Ugh, lame.
I know.
Like if I was there, I just would have like stood on the stage behind you and gone crazy.
There was this one dude who came up. You remember Justin, Caroline? He would go on. He went on the stage once when someone else was singing. And Talitha was like, "Get off the stage." He didn't get off the stage.
Well, what was he doing? Just standing?
And like singing without a microphone, you couldn't hear him.
That's way funny. Good for him.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. If
I drive like Fazio now. You should just be a karaoke backup dancer. That could be your job.
No, I'll be a backup singer and I'll sing, but nobody can hear me.
I love how he doesn't rush into the car.
Yeah.
He just takes the time to berate him.
It's like Grandpa. That is a very long brim.
Moving right along.
No, we haven't
Don't
gotten
be
there yet.
preeminent.
Ruining the podcast, Caroline.
Sorry. Spoilers, who hasn't seen it? Besides...
Oh no, it's here.
Moving right along.
You're
Such
off
good
mute.
times and good news. With good friends you can't lose. This could become a habit.
This is gonna sound really weird if
Oh, yeah.
it's probably like a second off,
Oh, I guarantee it is.
It is a second off. I can hear it.
Bus or yellow cabot. Moving right along. Footloose and fancy.
Okay,
Please
now-
stop trying, Caroline.
No, she was actually on at that last bit. She was off
Well,
key.
like, I'm
right
never
along.
listening to this podcast again. This is abuse.
I'll just sing along. I'll read the lines with the subtitles.
I remember that
Good
one.
bit. Moving right along. In your way is fine.
You're so off.
Trust mine.
Way off.
What is
Come
pie-
pie in the sky?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Though
It rhymes.
sadly we just left Rhode Island. We did, but just forget it. Moving right along.
No, Caroline, you're so
Terrible.
off.
Just terrible.
We're in Saskatchewan.
I'm amazed you got that right in the first bit.
Moving right along. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
This
I
is the
wonder who
most.
the Mountie is.
The Mountie?
Yeah,
The guy on the horse.
there
Oh,
was a Mountie there.
is that what they're called?
Yes?
Yep.
Have you not?
Canadian Mounties.
I thought they were called police horses, or the Central Park Police Force.
You-
was on
An
Elf.
elf? Big Bird also looks like he could kill a man.
No.
Why do you have a problem with Big Bird?
Who has
I-
a problem with Big Bird?
Big Muppets scare me because they're just dudes in suits.
He's so
Yeah.
amiable, though. Look at
There's-
him.
Nothing
He doesn't
nefarious about him. He's like the least shifty Muppet that
Who's the most shifty Muppet?
Swedish Chef.
You're right. Thank you. Someone finally says it.
I just said he's shifty.
He's got human hands, though.
He's probably trustworthy, yeah.
He
And
tried
he's
to kill
honest. He has
Kermit
a
when he first
mustache.
met him.
But
People with
fancy
mustaches.
free.
You're so off, Caroline. That was like 5 seconds ago.
Moving right along.
Molly. Also, they hold the alarm
worst
lore.
timing ever.
Moving right along.
No.
Moving right along.
Okay,
Am I
you don't.
close
You're
yet?
not holding the along enough.
Moving right along. I'm just making up
They
my
holding
haven't-
it too
they-
much.
They didn't go up.
So I don't know why you guys haven't asked, but you're probably wondering. No, you're not wondering.
Oh, I just knocked something over.
You knocked over my entire glass of water. Thank you,
I
Caroline.
wondered what was wiggling under my foot.
Well, that was inevitable.
I'm sorry.
Wait, what were we wondering?
The car. The Muppets are driving a car. You guys didn't think, hey, what? How are the Muppets driving a car?
I just wondered how he was sitting. I didn't think about how he was
Well,
driving.
he was standing on the pedals, and that's how the car moved. That's your trivia.
Do Muppets
No.
have bones?
Yes, we established that.
We established organs. We didn't establish bones.
All right. There is a dwarf in the trunk of the car.
Are you kidding?
No, and he's driving from the trunk, and he's got a little monitor showing where he's heading, so that the puppeteers had enough room to be down on the floor.
That is unreal.
Cross your foot.
That'd be a weird job.
That sounds like a great job.
Trunk midget.
Oh, is that the Carol Kane cameo?
Yeah, that was that.
I think she appears again.
She did in the beginning too. You need to be more attentive, Jaeden.
I was looking at the notes.
Where did they get a cap that big with that huge brim that's like a foot long?
It still looks like it's somehow not big enough for his head.
Yeah.
It's too tight around the
They're
skull.
like, we got the biggest hat we could find. What is wrong with
He
you?
just has like a cone head underneath that. It's just huge.
The cranium on this man. I love how there's a crack in the window and everything. They didn't try to make it look nice.
It is completely rusted, too.
Oh, the car is worse these days. It's in Texas. There's a car museum it's in, and it's not in good shape.
Muppet car with a midget seat.
I really hope someone restores it one day and restores the mechanics, you know? Like, if we could get it driving from the trunk again, that would be awesome.
You should get into automobile stuff and fix the Muppet car.
Oh my gosh, no, I'm not. I don't know shit about cars.
That just looks like one of our back roads. I feel like I've gotten lost down there before. Oh, there you go.
Reverend Harry Krishna.
What? My bad. My foot was all over that. You will not want to put your mouth to that. Seriously.
Waterfall. He has a cone head.
Don't insult Fozzie.
How else did you think the hat was gonna stay on?
I just don't really think about Fozzie without hat.
Gravity.
My deepest fear is that I'll call him Fonzie on accident, so just
Like
heads up that might happen.
Pretty sure Pepe calls him Fonzie.
Oh, okay, cool, then I'm justified. I'll just say it's because of Pepe.
The Fonzie. Were you there when we were joking about the picture of the Fonz in that one antique shop?
I was not.
It's a signed picture of the Fonz, and every signed picture had a price on it, except for the Fonz. This huge picture of the Fonz. And so we joked, well, the Fonz is priceless.
He is.
You can't buy it.
I feel like there's a huge difference between the Fonz and Henry Winkler. Like, if you say the Fonz,
Oh, yeah.
everyone knows who you're talking about. But the moment I say Henry Winkler, everybody's like, who the fuck is that? Like,
And you're like, oh, he's the guy from Monsters at Work.
and they're
What?
like, still don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know what Monsters
Exactly.
at Work is.
It's the Monsters Inc. TV show.
They had a TV show?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh.
He's the only person who watched it.
Yeah, I'm the one person who
I always
watched
felt
it.
like I was like Scooter. He's
You
only in
look
it
like
for like, hey, no I don't.
For the listeners who haven't seen Lily before, if you want a good visual, she looks like
She's
Scooter.
Yeah.
I do not look like Scooter.
Like Scooter crossed with like a gremlin.
Gremlin? What?
Because of your little bandy legs.
I don't even have bandy legs.
Yeah, you have little bandy
Bandy
legs.
means skinny.
I don't know what bandy means. That won't stop me, though.
I am in between the two worst people on the planet.
Now we're the best.
You can think that. That's what helps you sleep
I
at
know
night.
it, baby.
Ugh. I do love that jacket.
My dad had a CD with music that sounded just like the Electric Mayhem, and we listened to it like 4 times in a row one day and never listened to it again.
What
and
band was it?
I don't know.
You need to ask him. What a horrifying name Dr. Teeth is.
What?
That's a
Dr.
cool name.
Teeth.
Some people are Dr. Teeth. That's a
Yeah.
profession.
Dentists?
Yeah. Are you being disrespectful of dentists?
Kinda.
That's just wrong. What'd they do to you?
Dr.
That's-
Teeth.
my new favorite word is probosculate.
That's awesome. So this next song, the day they filmed it during was notoriously hot. The pictures are pretty hilarious. All the nerdy puppeteers shirtless and lying on the weeds.
Film it in an abandoned church, they said. It'd be fun, they said.
Yeah.
I can't remember the tune of this one. Can I see their
No.
headphones real quick?
I don't want you to sing. You did not get the tune right for moving right along either.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. The audience can back me up on this when they hear it. No, go away from me. Lean away.
Scooter's not helping at all.
I am like Scooter.
She admits it.
Not look like.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a confession.
Shut up.
It's on record now.
That's there forever.
Forever.
You make it sound like a horror movie.
Begat.
Can you picture that? Isn't that
Okay, you got that one right.
Boy, you can carry a tune. I'm telling you.
You got 3 notes. Surprisingly, Animal didn't scare me. I don't know why he didn't, because he was like a freak, but like the rest of them did.
Probably because you watched the 2011 one and he was with Jack Black and it was really funny.
No, I watched this one first.
Really?
And I think I watched Muppets Take Manhattan first, actually. I've seen this one the least.
Want to know which one I watched first?
The Jack Black Muppets.
No, Muppets from Space.
Of course you did. That explains a lot about you.
Did you get to the other ones and you were like, why are they singing a lot?
I had no idea. I just enjoyed looking at Muppets.
That's weird.
Fair enough. I like looking at Muppets.
Can you picture that? Can you picture that?
I remember we had one another really weird early memory is that when I was like 4 at our old house, we had a bunch of like Muppet babies, but they were also in space comic books, and I couldn't read, so I don't know what they like said, but it was weird that we had them because we had like a lot.
Moving right along.
No, that's the only line Molly knows, and she went around singing that for like 2 hours. I nearly strangled her.
It's a great song, though.
No, it just makes me anxious whenever I hear it now because I think of Molly singing "Moving Right Along" and then that's it.
You're disturbed, Joe.
Oh, they played the tune again. You guys wouldn't know.
Yes, I do.
You know the exact inflection of every word.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, actually.
Actually, last time we did a road trip, Josh watched it like 40 times.
I wonder who's coming up next.
Perhaps. Gonzo plumbing artiste.
No, it's Sweetums up next.
No!
Oh, damn. I wish my formal title was Prince of Plunger.
I mean, if you want us to start calling you that.
I will not call you that.
I accept it.
Gonzo didn't freak me out because he was too dumb.
Are you just gonna name every Muppet that did or didn't scare you?
Yeah, content.
I wonder if they put the rear view mirror on the dash like that, or if that was really something they did back then. Because I can't say I've ever seen that before.
It was probably just something they did. Like, not like in the movie, not regularly.
Oh.
I think that would be
I mean, you would
a
be
weird design. Like, where it's
yeah,
at.
it would be.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it is. I'm no car expert.
Neither am I. That's the problem. Jensen will probably know immediately.
No, they just did that.
What?
Oh, really? Huh. That is
You can see it in the picture.
probably convenient now that I think about it. Don't want it pointing down at the puppeteers in the seats. This is Milton Berle, right? Is that his name?
You're asking
Bilton?
the wrong person.
Bilton?
Milton.
Oh, I misheard you.
Oh, no, Milton Berle. Oh yeah, he had the episode where they sung like The Entertainer multiple times. And I had it every time I watch the episode, I have it stuck in my head for weeks.
What did he do? I genuinely don't know who this guy is. I've seen him before, but
I haven't.
He was just a comedian. I don't think he was like really in a lot of movies or anything.
I do love that suit, though. You should get that one. Wear that to the wedding.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
make an impression.
For some reason, the hat makes him harder to recognize.
No!
Aw,
Oh! He just lumbers and it's so creepy.
He's so sweet.
he has gorgeous eyelashes.
Ugh.
He would be played by Richard Hunt later, but early on he was played by Jim Henson's brother,
Would this be Brian?
which is Brian is his son.
Jim
The odd
Henson's
thing is I have heard very little about his brother, and as far as I know, he doesn't play any other Muppets.
He got stuck in the
So-
suit.
I'm not sure what the arrangement was.
Well, this
Yeti.
guy would have been canceled.
I love
Oh, instantly!
Yikes.
Wow.
He got eaten by Sweetums, I bet. He got
What are we learning about Milton Berle?
He did participate in blackface,
Oh.
so
A
that's
true
not good.
American comedian.
Yep.
Would not have survived current times.
Is he dead?
He
is
looked like he'd be dead.
2002, so maybe he did get canceled at some point. Probably not.
I would be so impressed if he was still alive.
I'd be impressed if enough people
Oh,
knew
they're
who
playing
he was
Moving
to
Right
cancel
Along
him.
again.
Moving right along.
No, they're not singing, it's just the tune.
Do-do-do, reach out and grab.
No, it's my least favorite scene. This part scared me so bad when I was little. I also kind of felt slight pity for him because I was like, aw. But he still terrifies
he
me.
wanted to go. No, he's so
But he
sweet.
just chased. One of my worst fears is people chasing after my car.
He's not
and he
even
just
getting
lumbers.
close to the
But he
car.
just lumbers and his mouth is big enough to put a person in it.
I don't think he lumbers. I think he skips.
That's not skipping, that's
I
lumbering. He's
think
too
it's
big.
a trot.
It's a thump, thump,
It is
thump.
more of a trot, yeah, because he wasn't getting close to the car at all.
For some reason, I remember.
He looks
I
like he has a
remember
hard
it
time
wrong.
running.
I
Why
think
is there only 3 kids on that swing? That was like so much swing. I'd pay for less seats.
But my memory of this movie is wrong then, because I thought he like full blown sprinted after the car. I think that was just my own fear impeding though.
This is a really small fair.
See if there's only like 4 kids on the swing.
Yippee.
I needed to turn it up. Ugh. So,
I mean, this is less. It's less weird if you're familiar with the Muppet Show. You remember the Caroline? Do you remember the Raquel Welch episode
No.
oh, that's the worst
where
puppet out of all.
she was known for Barbarella and stuff and being sexually promiscuous on screen, and she actually seduces Fozzie in the episode, and it's really funny. She sings like a song to like calm him down and everything, and then she asks him on a date, and he's like, oh, "Can I bring a friend?"
Has Miss Piggy always not had eyebrows?
I think just in this, didn't she?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I
I'll
thought
try
at
not to
some
think
point.
too hard.
Look, she's a puppet pig. Look at her. Oh my
Do
goodness.
any of the Muppets have eyebrows?
I guess Sweetum just technically does. He's all eyebrow.
His whole head
Bert.
is one eyebrow.
Oh, Fozzie has eyebrows.
Yeah, Fuzzy has eyebrows. Bert has eyebrows.
Which one's Bert?
From Sesame Street. Bert and Ernie.
Oh, I wasn't thinking
He's
about
got
Sesame
the
Street.
unibrow. It's such a great shot.
She's like Davy Jones.
I love how his felt has that little sparkle, you know?
Why am I the only one who has to listen to this song now? Ugh.
This song was supposed to be sung by Johnny Mathis. I think they even recorded it, but obviously Frank Oz was much funnier. I don't remember who Johnny Mathis is. But I said it like I knew what I was talking about.
I know. I was like, okay, Johnny Mathis.
I mean, the name rings a bell. I'll tell you that.
Since it's over there.
Maybe he did. Maybe he was a host for an episode, and I just
He
don't
probably
remember.
did some kind of slow jam that made him popular for 2 years.
Yeah.
What do you think?
How many Kermits did they go through? Because that one's fully waterlogged.
Too much, too little, too late? Ring a bell?
Not at all.
No, that sounds very complicated.
No, you know his face though.
Do I? Okay. Yeah, I've probably seen him on
American.
Moving Through Records.
A jazz.
He's in between all the. Oh, I messed up the joke. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's okay. Just give up. It's all good.
Just quit.
Just give up.
Stop midway. I did love all of Miss Piggy's outfits. I wanted
Neil
to wear
Diamond.
those.
That's what I was gonna say. He's between all the Neil Diamond albums. That's where you'll find him.
I can hear that in your little
Yeah.
headphones from here.
I need to turn it down. I turned it up too far. I flew too close to the sun with that. No, it's turning up.
Top hat. Oh, it's so good. I do too. That's funny. How did he throw that?
Frog arms, man.
No, I'm pretty sure she did.
Pig arms, man. Why are you questioning her throwing things when
Oh, it's
they're
just
driving?
it's hard for a puppet to throw things. They don't have muscles.
They had another person in the back chucking that, probably.
An entire third person in the back.
Yeah.
Just chuck it. That's possible.
Maybe that's what they use the midget for.
That guy got a lot of work out of this movie.
For the record, folks, I didn't call him a midget when this started.
Is midget an insult?
John Mulaney had a whole
Yes.
bit about how you can't say that.
Midget's an
You
insult.
can't.
Yeah, midget is considered offensive.
How's
I've
that
heard a lot of midgets say midget, but it is.
I guess I'm not a
considered
midget.
So I know what we need to cut out, Jaeden.
Little person or dwarf is
Little
usually the
person.
accepted.
I would not want to be called little person. I would.
Yeah, I
How is
usually
that?
go with dwarf.
I think just person.
Dwarf is
Yeah.
Well, but if
I
I say
think I said
person,
it at the
someone
beginning, so
would
cut
say,
that
"Oh,
out."
that's Jim Henson
I
in
think-
the trunk." I think you have to refer back to the dwarf from the previous scene, right?
I think I would like to be called dwarf hypothetically, because that sounds cool, you know, because that's like an actual, you know, mythical creature who does cool things. Oh,
How
here's
did
Bob
midget
Hope.
become offensive? Oh wow!
I don't
John
know when
Mulaney
that
has a
happens.
whole bit about it.
But he
Yeah, it
didn't
is
include
funny.
midget history or dwarf history in there.
Controversial first episode, Jaeden.
Yeah, I love that we're saying the word midget while watching the Muppets. It's awesome. So the cinematographer, whose name I can't pronounce, but I'm gonna try, Isidore Mankovsky.
That sounds right.
He really enjoyed working on the movie despite the difficult director, because he said no one complained about the light in his eyes or how long he had to stand in. You just stuck him on a pole And the puppeteers were really nice guys. When I asked Henson to move Kermit to the right a little for a better frame, Henson wouldn't answer. Kermit would.
He would answer in the Kermit voice.
I mean, if you look at Richard Pryor, nice hat. Anyway, oh okay. No, if you look at like bloopers for Muppet movies or behind the scenes or whatever, they don't.
Sorry, was that child carrying a
'Cause
Confederate flag?
You have to. Yes, several people are in the scene. But
Yep,
They
right
are.
there. It's a redneck fair.
Muppets have to be framed really carefully for you to not see the wrong thing. So between takes, they don't put their arms down. They have to stay up. So they usually stay in character when they're messing up or talking to the director in between takes. And it's pretty funny though.
Oh, that sounds like a torture. It's like the Ofuna squat, Caroline.
It is. It's a tough job. You have to be strong. I think that's why puppeteers live so long.
Their arms
You know?
must be ripped. They must
Yeah,
have.
they're shredded, dude. I wish I was strong enough to be a puppeteer. It looks fun, but painful.
Just get
Sounds-
ripped.
Just get ripped on. That's all you have to do. That was actually a theory I had. I was talking to Jordan the other day about it. How I was watching a recent behind the scenes of Sesame Street because they're all stoked that they get to be back despite COVID and all that. And I noticed, and I'm not judging. Okay, I'm just noticing that most of the puppeteers that I saw in the shot were fairly overweight. Which is really in contrast to these hippies back then.
They're probably
Which
all
is really interesting because you wouldn't think someone so unathletic would be able to be a puppeteer or would be fine with that.
I mean,
And so I was kind of joking around. I wonder what would happen if you came in ripped. Like if you wouldn't even have to audition, they would just be like,
Yes, we need
right
you."
this way, sir.
you're hired. I mean, I've heard that like weight doesn't necessarily. It can add to muscle or something, but
That's
But
true.
that's if you're like,
that's if you're like a deadlifter or something, though.
yeah, that's not like.
I
if
doubt
you're
the
just-
Muppeteers are
But yeah,
deadlifters.
if you're trying to carry a puppet around above your head all day,
Yeah.
and you're trying to carry around the weight of your arm, that
Are
could be
Muppets
pretty.
heavy?
Some of them are. Like Kermit, obviously isn't, because he's just a thin piece of cloth. He's pretty much a hand. But some of them can be pretty heavy. Yeah.
See? Another reason to be scared. Harassing women.
He doesn't mean to. It's supposed to be funny.
I think he means to. Those
It's
yellow
supposed to be.
You
eyes.
think he's a
Funny.
predator?
Yes. In many ways. So creepy.
Look how many puppeteers they got in the car right here.
Are they all just like ducking behind the seat?
Yep, they're all on the floor,
That'd be so uncomfortable.
scrunched up. Yeah, the puppeteers have said it was a fun summer, though. It was a nice break from the show.
Oh, they did this all in the summer?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. That looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's a lot of spooning going on when you're puppeteer, especially if you're doing a two-handed character like Fozzie.
They get real up close and personal.
Mm-hmm.
Steve
I do.
Martin coming up.
See, that
If-
I know who
if-
that
if,
is.
like,
The one.
if they're doing Swedish Chef or Rolf, where they're playing a piano or messing with food or whatever, then they'll have one puppeteer do the head and the other do both of the hands. So they have to kind of have to like straddle the other puppeteer.
Oof.
So most of the times it was like Jim Henson and Frank Oz because they were comfortable with each other at that point.
Like, all right, time to cuddle and do puppets.
Actually, I saw the Swedish Chef in the Museum of the Moving Image in New York. There's also one in the Smithsonian, but that one has felt hands. But the one in the Moving Image, they actually got Frank Oz to do like a life cast of his hands to put on a puppet.
That's
Which
crazy.
Cool.
That's horrifying.
No, it's cool.
The human hands freed from he's
real
wearing
like
booty
they
I'm sorry.
they went for authenticity, you know? They were like, we can't chop Frank Oz's hands off and put them on display.
I wasn't expecting that.
I think I have a picture of me with Big Bird. I look really derpy in the photo, but
Oh, I want to see that picture now.
Big Bird was so cool. He's a lot bigger than you think he would be, actually. I know he's called Big Bird, but he's actually really cool.
I was thinking how creepy those museums must be at night, just having all those puppets there. Because you've seen them, like, on
It's not
TV.
like they come to life.
No, I know, it's at night at the museum. But you see them on screen and stuff, and they're moving around. You don't see the puppeteers, so it's like, I don't know.
Well, have you seen the movie where
I
Big
love
Bird
his
gets
little
lost
shorts.
in a museum?
I know, I love the booty shorts. What?
Big Bird gets lost in a museum and locked in at night in a movie.
Yeah,
have
that's
not.
it's called like Don't Eat the Paintings or something like that, right? Isn't it? It's got a really nutty name like that.
I have not seen that
But
one.
there's lots of funny stuff from that, like Oscar the Grouch's feet coming out of the trash can
Yeah.
so that they could get the character to walk around in the museum. It's hilarious.
They had a real fast romance, huh?
They were made for each other. They
Love
have
like
a
no
sort of
other.
animal magnetism. I love the subtleties in the performance. Like, I think that's part of what makes the Muppets different from other puppet stuff is they could make it, you know, stupid and child-oriented or whatever, but instead they're like, we're going to put as much work into the scene as we can.
So follow that bird.
No, Follow That Bird is the theatrical movie.
Hmm.
I think the one in the museum is was like a direct-to-video thing, or like a television thing. I don't know.
I wish I had half as much game as Kermit.
You wish you could.
He can flirt so well. He got a girl in one day. He didn't even have to do anything. She just looked at him and was like, "That's the one."
You wish you could seduce an actress pig.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, you wish you could win a frogman.
No,
A little frogman.
never mind. Ugh.
I was about to make such an offensive joke.
Please don't make an offensive joke. I'll cry right here. I will
My
sob.
brain was trying to come up with like which actor is the little frogman, and it was like the ideas were not good.
I didn't know you spelled Rolf with a W.
You didn't?
I
always
guess
thought
you
it was
don't have to, but
H.
I don't know if that's a real name or not.
Rolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think it is, but I don't think it's
I've-
typically.
Never heard of a Rolf.
Don't need the picture.
He's pretty shaggy. No eyebrows though. There's
Yeah.
not too many with the eyebrows.
I thought there were
thing.
more. Though I haven't seen these movies in a very long time, so I might just
Where did they get the material for all those Muppets?
Joanne Fabrics.
No, they did not have a Joann's fabric. They usually went straight to fabric manufacturers, ordered in bulk.
We need as much green felt as humanly possible.
Yeah, because I mean they had to make a lot of them, because they tear and stuff like that. So you don't have time to fix up Muppets on set, so you'd have to have like 3 Kermits ready.
Oh yeah, like they soaked that one in the pond earlier.
Yeah, he was not good for another day. He was not.
Just to shake him out a little. Can you sing this one, Caroline?
No, this one's not fun, like moving right along or, can you picture that?
So, this is a rare occasion here. Jim Henson plays both characters, of course. And usually if he has multiple characters in his scene, he's Kermit. Because he's very protective over him. You know, it was like his first character, basically. He's been around forever. But, he's actually playing Rolf in this scene.
Huh.
Who'd they get to do Kermit?
I tried very hard to get that information. I'm not sure who's puppeteering him. But I'm guessing it would have to be someone he had a lot of trust in. So I think it's probably like Frank Oz or someone he had a lot of chemistry with.
I never thought about this till now, though, but they, like, dub over the lines after for the Muppets, right? Or do they just have them mic'd up?
For the songs, yes. But otherwise, the voices are live.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, they're all under there.
I feel like it would get muffled or something.
No, they've all got mics.
Oh.
That's another thing they had in the Museum of the Moving Images. They had he had a headband that he attached the mic to, so it was like a sweatband.
Oh.
And
That'd be handy.
Someone made him a really nice one that was like had a little Kermit on it and was like rainbow colored, and
Oh.
yeah, it's nice. You can tell how mad she is about that comment. I want that suit in real life.
I know,
He is
right?
awesome
I was
looking.
just thinking that.
He is so dapper. I love that there's no variety to the guns. It's literally all shotguns.
Kermit's a wily little thing. Gotta get him fast, I guess. So they're all just after his frog legs this whole time, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he wants him for the commercials because he can sing and dance and all that.
Oh.
Yeah, and here's Mel Brooks.
How can I never remember what Mel Brooks looks like?
That's a good question, considering he plays someone in, like, all his movies.
I know! Maybe I haven't seen that many of his movies. I don't know.
How many have you seen?
I don't know.
I have most of his movies, actually.
Name his movies, because I don't remember them.
Young Frankenstein.
Haven't seen it.
The Producers.
Haven't seen it.
Blazing Saddles.
I have seen parts of it, I think.
Spaceballs.
Oh, I've seen that
course.
one. Oh, he played the little dude.
Yeah, Yogurt.
Yep. How did I forget Yogurt? So I haven't seen as many of his movies as I thought I did, and that's why I don't know what he looks like.
He's great. He's
You
really
did-
prominent in History of the World
Yeah.
Part 1.
What?
That's the name of the movie. History of the World Part 1.
Haven't heard of that.
And there's no Part 2, which is part of the joke. I love that. I love that they didn't make him like hold back or anything. Well, like who cares if it's a family movie? Mel can do whatever he wants.
Let him lick the machine, that's fine. That is the tiniest little chair I've ever seen.
I wonder if that's really in the script because that is such a Mel Brooks joke. Electronic yarmulke.
I'll just agree, considering apparently I've only seen Spaceballs. Oh, I was right.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's another great one.
But you're just
I
leaving.
No, I need to sit up. I was hunched. So they do just want his legs.
I wonder how big Kermit is compared to other frogs in the Muppet verse.
Are we talking real frogs?
He's about the same, because a lot of the frogs are made the same way, pretty much. Although none of them have the slanted eyes, or whatever you call it.
Kermit eyes.
Kirby eyes?
I always liked it when he pushed his neck back.
There are a few ones that are bigger, I think, like the Toad Muppets.
Laughs evilly.
I know no one else saw that direct-to-video Kermit Swamp Ears, but
Kermit
there's one in
Swamp
that
Ears?
that's bigger than him.
I
I think
remember
I've actually,
that.
I think
You
I might
do?
have
We had
actually
that
seen
on
that.
DVD.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I've
Okay.
seen that one.
It's not great, but, you know,
I've seen parts of it, maybe.
it's okay.
I don't remember enjoying it particularly, but
Yeah, exactly.
It was there.
It's just sort of okay. It just has a weirdly low production quality. Like, not necessarily the puppets or anything, but, like, just the cameras. It looks like it was made with soap opera cameras. It's very weird.
They put on her angry
yeah,
eyes.
did they have
I
to do a
know.
second Miss Piggy for the angry eyes, or did they just pop off her old regular ones?
Yes. The answer is yes. Because there are multiple... you could see the arm pushing her over there with a black sleeve. That's great. But no, I think they had multiple Miss Piggies on set, but I think the eyes were switchable on all of them.
Oh, that's so cool. She's like Mr. Potato Head.
I mean, that's a classic Muppet joke, like Ernie taking off Bert's nose. Look at Kermit, so dashing.
He's
Oh,
just like
man.
Raoul in Phantom of the Opera.
I like that he's naked the rest of the time, but for this he wore a button down.
Yeah, for his date.
He had to dress up nice.
Yeah. I mean, he's not always naked. He's got his collar on, usually.
I always thought that was part of him.
No, it's clothing.
It is?
Yeah. There are several episodes where it's
Most
brought up.
ineffective piece of clothing.
To cover that neck.
I don't know how in the world he got the idea for it. And I'm surprised it doesn't look bad, you know? Like, you think it would just be a strange idea.
Yeah, I thought it was part of him.
He actually used to wear, like, 2 at once when he was on Sesame Street, but they cut it down.
Only one collar.
Yeah, I
It's a
don't
little
know.
too gaudy.
Yeah, don't overdo it on the collar.
I have no idea what the idea for it was, but
Blah.
he looks good.
I hated the
Floyd has a ponytail?
Yeah, man.
How did I not notice that?
Robin is so small.
Shut up. I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to Robin, I'm sorry.
Wow. Do you not like Robin? Robin's just having a great time.
He's a cute little frog boy.
I just felt like being mean. Can't I try to be mean? Apparently not.
Yeah.
You sing this one?
I actually visited the James's church once. and it was... I didn't really even acknowledge that it was the 4th of July. I was just visiting, and they got like a total of 2 young people at their church. It's all old people, and the service was so patriotic. It was the weirdest. Instead of singing hymns, we just sung America-style songs, or rather, I listened to it. It was too awkward to sing. But this was one of them.
Yeah, our church does that, and it's weird.
They sing it.
They
sing it at the end of Mass.
I couldn't think of anything but the Muppet Movie. It was too funny.
Now that's all I'm gonna think of.
It's really weird. Like I appreciate the patriotism, but the focus is strange.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be about God.
Because like the pastor did the sermon where he just ranted about the government.
That must have been fun.
And it was like, okay, this
Very
isn't. Yeah.
Very meditative.
Is this worship? I don't know. What are we worshiping here?
Not America. Now that's an outfit.
Why does he have creepy eyes?
They all have creepy eyes.
What?
I love how they're just shooting prong forks at the actor. If he dies, he dies.
He knew what he was getting into when he signed up to be in the Muppets.
Everything for the shot.
True, he did.
He must have had to drink a lot of tea after doing Piggy's lines.
He was probably used to it at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Poor pork. Wow, look at the logistical hell this scene must have been. So many puppeteers. I bet that's why no one's arms are visible except Fozzie's.
It'd be so hard to do lines.
There's
and be
no
like,
one to right hand the puppeteers.
You met yesterday.
They're in love, dude.
He looks like the child catcher of Chitty Chitty.
He does. Except a lot more like leather.
A lot more gimp.
I wasn't gonna say it. I don't know, the child catcher had a whip, so maybe he beats him a little bit.
You could totally tell Frank Oz is playing Fozzie in that last shot because Piggy just looks buzzed. She's barely moving. Oh, really?
We mourned you, Lily.
I'm trying not to. You kicked my
no
water.
Coughs
You
during the
kicked
podcast.
No goofy coughing. You kicked my water over.
You're gonna get fired. Big man doesn't like coughing.
I'm sorry, is Jaeden
Yeah.
big man?
I am big man. Look, I wrote this thing. I put this together.
Okay, big man.
Yeah, that's right.
Gonna call you that off podcast.
Oh,
Should bring ascots back.
Oh, now he's wearing the thing. It was always under the neck fold, so that's why I thought it was a part of him.
I wonder where you go to shop something like that.
Kermit collar?
Yeah, could you imagine if I walked into like Forever 21? And I was like, you got like pointy collars?
I think they'd kick you
You
out.
could really look really nice in a pointy collar.
I'll punch you if you wear a Kermit collar on the regular.
See, when you say things like that, I just hear challenges.
Can you sing this song, Caroline?
Moving right along.
No.
Oh.
And your way is my way. Reach out and grab it. Opportunity.
Fozzie's really talented. It just occurred to me.
Hmm?
He's not funny, but he's talented. Fozzie could do a lot of stuff for a bear.
Reminds
Hey,
me
like,
of a
talk.
person I know. What's that supposed
See,
to mean?
I feel sorry for Gonzo because there's no frame of reference, you know? Like with Kermit, they're like, oh, you can sing, you can dance, that's really
Yeah.
impressive for a frog. And with Gonzo, it's like, are you talented?
Hey, he can plumb. He's the Prince of Plunger.
Prince of Plungers.
If that isn't the unnecessary talent in Hollywood, then screw him.
He also is dating a chicken for some reason. Don't know whether that's a plus, though. It's just strange.
The man likes what he likes.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Chickens?
He's also attracted to pigs, it seems.
I like that he's wearing a little vest. That's very
Yeah, and I
cute.
love his little hat and everything. His little hair coming out the back.
That's hair?
Yeah. It's the stuff waving around.
Oh.
Because you know Gonzo's got those little feathers on the back of his head.
I did not.
You're so lame.
Listen, you wanted me to watch Muppets. This is what you're gonna get.
Gonzo is bald.
Yes! I don't actively think about Gonzo in my day-to-day.
I do.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
He lives in my brain. Did I tell you one time I asked my uncle who his favorite Muppet was? He said Gonzo.
You
But he
just
said
said
it like Gonzo. I know I said Muppet, but we're moving on.
We're moving right along.
You can't spur her on like
I
that.
couldn't help it. It was too bird. But he said Gonzo how?
Gonzo. And then he just like stormed off.
Was it Uncle Richie?
No, it was Uncle
He
Joe.
was upset about it.
Yeah. It was
How
like
dare you ask me who my favorite Muppet is?
it was like it was
This is a personal
super
question.
invasive thing. It was like, Gonzo.
You don't ask people that. Lily, who's your favorite Muppet? I know you don't like them, but
It's not
you-
that I don't like
you were to
them. It's that I'm
pick one.
afraid of them. If I were to pick one, Beaker, I don't know. He just kind of goes meep. I think his
Like
meeps,
you.
his meeps are funny.
he's a pretty reliable guy.
Yeah. Although his bug eyes are also creepy.
So, why do you have such problems with all of them?
I don't know, I'm a picky
What if
person.
the Muppets talked about you the way you talked about the Muppets?
They don't
They
know
were
me.
like, Lily's just scary. She's
She frightens
loud
me.
and...
Is that the only descriptor you can think of me as loud?
That's all I had.
Muppets would have had a lot more based on the way you're talking about them.
So we know they had at least 2 Kermits here.
clones.
I love how they lovingly bash Gonzo. How about you, Caroline? You got a favorite Muppet?
Probably Fozzie. I enjoy Fozzie.
Yeah, he's a bit of a Chris Farley, you know.
What?
Reannah, favorite Muppet?
Bean Bunny!
Oh yeah, we already asked you that. That one's the only cute one.
So this shooting star here is a Christmas tree light just sliding down a wire, which is cool. Which they didn't plan. They just thought of it while they were there, and somebody rigged it up.
How did the Electric Mayhem end up in this?
Muppet magic.
I don't know. Really missing that volume right now. So
They
I can
have
want me
a
to
understand.
do-
bus. How do you mean they got there?
Well, no, but I thought that there was Zoot. My dad thought that Zoot was named after Zoot Hornrolo of Captain Beefheart's Magic Band, but it
course
was
he was.
actually after somebody else.
How many
Birds.
zoots are there in the world?
There's like two.
Yeah, you hear that, Caroline? They
What?
read the screenplay. They knew exactly where they were. It's fantastic.
That's always it.
I have to pee so badly.
Could
Well,
we
you
pause
should have
it?
done it beforehand.
I did. I drank a lot.
Teeth.
Moving right
Oh
along.
no, you're not even singing it right.
It's like you don't know the tune of this song.
Moving right along. I know the song. Moving right
I can
along.
hear it in my
Stop.
ear.
This is my contribution.
We could have done this yesterday. See, we could have done this yesterday without her, Jaeden.
Oh.
You
No,
wanted
I
the moving right along.
I think it's fine.
Gonna move right
Rihanna
along
doesn't even
outta
need to
here.
talk. The audience is trying to figure out which voice is the fourth person. I'm like, wait a second.
Is pig a slur for cops?
Yes, did
Or
you
like,
not know
no?
that?
I meant to reverse that. Is because she was so offended.
She just wanted them to say pig is like a bad
I don't
thing.
know. I was going somewhere with that in my brain and it made sense, but
I love how Max makes being a motorcycle cop look pathetic. Yeah, I'm surprised that actor didn't get typecast more. The poor guy.
He looks like Rick Moranis got all of his roles.
be hard to answer.
Yeah. Do you know the name of him? Because he did not show up in the cast list.
Nick Moranis.
Max?
Yeah, Max.
I think his name is Austin Pendleton. Actually, I think I have it here.
Is that a standard?
Yeah, I
one
do.
skeleton?
It's Austin Pendleton. I nailed it.
Austin Pendleton is gonna listen to this and be a very happy man.
I'm
Hey.
pretty sure he's still alive too.
He was my favorite character in this movie when I was a kid.
He is. Yeah, it is really well acted.
He's very much alive at 81 years old.
He's 81?
Pretty good for
Did this
him.
movie come out 90 years ago?
This is 79, I think.
I
So
do not
yes.
believe that.
It's 76 or 79.
To like
I know I should know that, but
40 years ago.
yeah, it's good 40 years old. Yeah, he actually had a lot to say in the character of Max. In the script, it was more of just a grunt type.
He does still wear tiny baseball caps.
Yeah, he looks the same.
He looks good for 80 something.
And it
Oh, that hurt my ear. Oh,
Like I see
Oh,
himself
Beaker.
in his head.
he's sad and pretending to be excited.
I always thought that guy's name was Lemonhead and not Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Lemonhead.
He
I
looks
believe
like
it.
Oh, but anyway, I remember what I was saying. Yeah. Anyway, it was his idea for the character to become more sympathetic towards the Muppets and be more involved in the action.
More screen time.
Yeah, he did get himself more screen time. That's true, but I appreciate that he was
Invested.
invested in the script and all that.
Yeah.
The use of which is unknown to us.
He spoke words. Oh,
Yeah,
there
he
we go.
can.
I've never heard him speak words before. Or apparently I have, because I have seen this one.
You know, it's actually really weird how he does the the Beaker voice. You'd think it's like a falsetto thing, but he actually does it by sucking in air. It's like all a breath thing. I can't do it like
Huh.
that. at all. It sounds all hoarse. Yeah, like
there you go. Oh. Okay, that does sound a little like. Oh, his little cowboy boots with spurs. Oh.
I don't know where he got it all, but he looks great.
Miss Piggy did have a bunch of suitcases.
That is very cute.
It's so cute. He's not wearing pants though. I feel like pants are necessary for the scene.
Dude, I want to know where the who has the standing Kermit prop.
Standing Kermit with boot.
It's so adorable. I want it like standing in my house to greet people. It's awesome.
That's a weird
They should
goal.
auction it off.
That's
I'll
my
pay like
dream,
$5,000 for it.
What are the odds?
I'd be like, forget it, Mom. I'm not buying a car. I'm buying Kermit the Frog.
Honestly, I think it's more worth it than a car.
I don't think they would ever do that, though. I don't think they sell Muppets.
Priceless.
Because there's actually I don't know how they managed to work it into the copyright, but it is illegal to make replicas of Muppets.
Like as the puppet?
Yeah, people still do anyway. You know, I mean, who's gonna arrest them for it? But it is illegal.
Imagine getting arrested for Muppet theft.
And more professional puppet companies, they'll make ones where like they change one thing, like like I've seen a guy who made a Fozzie, and he like made the shade of the nose like slightly different.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, it's not a replica. It's different.
That's stupid.
It is, but they have to because it's technically illegal.
He reminds me of the governor dude in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Pappy O'Donnell.
Yes, he looks like Pappy O'Donnell.
Is it O'Donnell?
It's O'Donnell. Sweetums comes up from the ground.
Nope. Even better.
Oh, I wasn't that far off.
How does that make you feel, Lily?
Uncomfortable.
So I wish I knew how long it took to build this and how many guys it took or what. But it is that animal head is 60 feet tall.
What?
How?
They could have easily done it with like miniatures or editing the puppet in, but no. Jim Henson insisted that they build a 60-foot tall animal head.
And we're sure Jim Henson
And you can see
wasn't
you
on
can
drugs.
see the wind blowing through it. See, it's really that big, which is awesome.
Do you want that too?
Yes, I want it in my backyard.
You'll buy that instead of a house.
Do we know the whereabouts of said head?
No, I tried to find that out too, but no.
You should
I have
stick
no
it in
idea
like the Grand
if
Canyon
it was
or
destroyed or if it's in storage.
I'd
That'd be
assume
really
destroyed
funny
would be
if they
hard to keep.
burned
Yeah,
it.
considering its size, it probably doesn't exist.
They should stick it in like the Grand Canyon or something and just move it every so often.
They should stick it on top of the Museum of the Moving Image is what they should do.
That'd be hard to keep dry though. And not like
Oh,
moldy and gross.
That's true. It would be hard to maintain. Cloris Leachman.
My
Another
dad
person
said that she was really hot once.
No offense to Cloris, but I don't think that's true. Okay. There are a lot of things I appreciate about her, and that is not one of them.
No.
Oh, look at that face.
She was always old.
She's
I'm
an
convinced.
attractive lady, according to my father.
Standards are low. The standards are low.
He was so convicted by it. Like, we were watching Young Frankenstein, and he was like, I don't care what anybody says. Don't listen to the world, Caroline. Cloris Leachman is hot.
He
And I
also
was
said
like,
Yul
"All right,
Brynner
Dad."
was hot,
Don't
so I'm not
listen
gonna
to
believe
the
him.
world.
He has bad taste in like most people.
Don't tell our mom.
No, I said that's why I said most people.
What kind of name is Cloris? Like,
And the
Sounds
last
fake.
name too,
Yeah,
Leachman.
that's-
Cloris Leachman.
She sounds like a
Such-
I would
villain.
want to give her a nice name to like play off Leachman and make it less bad, but Cloris?
What would you name her to play off
know.
Leachman?
It's
like-
a pretty unique name. I mean, you don't forget it quickly.
Yeah.
She's got Josuke's hair from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
She
She's
does.
not bad.
Not bad, young.
But this was young
Yeah.
Frankenstein Cloris Leachman.
I wasn't.
He was talking about Muppet Cloris.
I wasn't saying she's ugly. Okay, I wasn't like, oh, that hag Cloris.
It did kind of sound like
I was
you meant
just saying she's no model. That's for sure.
She's just old.
definitely a comedian.
She has a face for comedy. That Cloris.
She doesn't fall into the funny hot category, though. She's just funny.
Oh, poor woman.
That actually reminds
Rest
me.
in peace.
I was watching Orson Welles. I was watching the other night. What was the episode?
I don't know. Cloris Leachman did compete in Miss America.
But did she win?
No.
Oh,
no.
No, she competed in Mrs. America.
No.
Old maid America.
Matron America, if you will.
Am I supposed to know who this guy is?
Oh, yeah, that's Orson Welles. I said that already. But no, I was watching the Candice Bergen episode.
Oh, Miss Chicago. That makes sense.
Oh,
She represents
She's the daughter.
got a face
She's the daughter of Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy. You know, the guy with the little wooden puppet
No.
that you saw earlier.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
And she's really, really funny and really charming in the episode, but she is also super hot. I couldn't believe it. I don't know why I didn't notice that as a kid, but she is
It's because you were a kid.
really cool. Now I want you to guess how they did this.
Jim Henson's under that circle there like a trapdoor. He figured out how
He's
to use
not Mr.
invisibility.
Fantastic.
He figured out how to use invisibility.
did they like paint the?
That looks like a
paint
mirror.
The box.
Is it
under-
a mirror?
Yeah, they painted the slats in between the stool
Oh.
to look like the floor, and so he's just behind the stool.
They put so much work into this.
They did. That's one of the things that makes it so unique and so special. Is they took time to do stuff like that, where there's a puppeteer cramped inside that vehicle. It's great.
Moving right along.
No,
No,
that's not what the
Lord.
song is.
You're really-
Wow. You were right.
Is that Cloris?
No.
I
were
was
you
looking at it from a weird
were you
angle. I
looking
was
at
like,
Candice
no way
Bergen?
is that Cloris Leachman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Candice Bergen.
Yeah.
Someone with a better name,
Very
too.
hot.
she's actually surprisingly funny for someone that hot. You know, like usually hot people, they don't need to try.
Yeah, there's hot, and then hot because they're funny, and then there's funny.
Yeah, and
The three categories.
she's magical. She's both. It's great.
Ah!
He still brought it up.
Fancy free. The Georgian trees for this one?
The subtitle is spelled Waka Waka wrong. Did you see that? It said Waka Waka.
He's doing good with that hair. What's he talking
He's
about?
trying his best.
It's better than I can do.
He's so weird bald.
I know. Well, I mean, he's bald under the hat anyway. It's just that he wears a hat. Ugh. Why they let the dynamite guy handle the electricity?
You know what he's doing.
He's an expert.
Jack did that once. In Vacation Bible School, he screamed into a microphone. It was hysterical.
Jonathan actually entered at a church, and see, I keep bringing up him in his church, but he was leading Vacation Bible School, and he was talking to a friend in the back, and the friend was going on about, pointing out girls in the crowd who were like leading the kids. It was like, oh, do you think she's hot? And, would you tap that? Oh, Rachel, I'd tap that. And Jonathan wasn't really playing into it. He's like, okay, I'm trying to get ready here with this Bible in my hand, and the guy kept going, and he's like, oh man, but Rachel over here, oh, she's such a dog, and saying all these things, and they found out Jonathan's mic was on. Every girl in the sanctuary could hear him. And they heard all of that. They heard his ratings for all of them. It was horrible.
Sounds like he had.
And Jonathan just felt so bad. He said he walked out just sweating.
Poor Jonathan.
Because he was like, oh man, what they must be thinking right now was awful.
Well, Jonathan
But
didn't do anything.
But a great story. I mean, it's like that Always Sunny scene with
Oh yeah.
Danny DeVito. If I'm dead, I'm dead. So for this next scene, they called
God himself to
they
come
called
through.
God himself to come to the ceiling, and they called the Puppeteers Guild of America and said, "Give us everybody you got." And they made this huge pit in the floor for everybody to stand in. And
Oh wow.
Tim Burton is one of the puppeteers in the pit.
Which
Whoa.
puppet?
I don't know.
That's the one that ate people. The yellow one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that
That
did
is
the inside
unreal.
me or whatever, under my skin. Ah!
But look how many puppeteers that is.
That is a lot of people.
I didn't think there were that many puppeteers in existence.
They're out there, Jaeden. They're like Bigfoot.
Yeah. Join the guild.
Ugh. Oh, he's been hunting them. And I think I understand him now.
It's gonna be so funny if the audience is like, "Who's Tim Burton? What's the significance?"
Oh, there you go. Austin
Google it.
Pendleton. Yeesh.
The way he accidentally bats that chicken. Oh,
See?
he's doing it again.
He's a monster!
He's not doing it.
Cloris Leachman, there she is.
I apparently did not point out all the guest stars.
Yeah, and you missed James Coburn. I remembered
Where the
Paul
hell
Williams.
was
though.
James Coburn? Oh,
He was the
is
old
he in
guy.
the Is he in the bar? Was that it?
Yeah, he was in the trash. Wasn't that him? At the very
Oh
beginning.
yes. He's the owner of the barn. Yeah. That's true.
Paul Williams was the one playing the piano at the bar.
Yeah, of course. He wrote the music for the movie. Oh, see?
Yep.
Yeah. Told you. He actually had writer's block for the finale. And
He just played
They
moving
were-
right along.
they were having them do like dummy lyrics. They were just having a writer on set, make stuff up that they would dub over later. And once he learned someone was doing his job for him, he came up with that last song pretty quickly.
John Lovelady. That's a good last name.
Yeah, that is. And Kermit Love is just the perfect name for a Muppeteer.
yeah.
Kermit Love. Although I learned recently that they don't actually like the term Muppeteer,
What?
What?
which is interesting.
Is it offensive? Like midget?
You're lying.
Um,
Tommy Tomlinson.
Frank Oz says it's it doesn't sound professional.
I'd consider the Muppeteers to be professional.
I think every puppet person wants to do
Because
Muppet
he
stuff.
spent his life trying to
James Potter.
express that Muppets can be, or that puppets can be for adults, and that how technical it is and how difficult it is.
Someone says
And
Muppeteer, and
I
he's
guess-
like, no!
I guess Muppeteer.
I
Just
played
sounds
Yoda too.
Like it plays it down a little bit. I don't know.
Wait, what?
I
He
I
did
don't
the
know.
puppet
I don't
for
know.
Yoda.
Ah.
By one Frank Osbeck.
Anyway, thanks for listening to the Unnamed Podcast.
Chatty Cathy.
We really appreciate that you stuck through the whole thing or skipped to the end.
Chatty Cathy.
Either way, there's Dagger Bergen. Good night.